Today's video is going to be all about how emotion leads to action. And whether you realize it or not, all of us are driven by our emotions on a daily basis. And basically, being able to start to control that and being able to recognize that is the first step in being able to use all of this to your advantage. One of the biggest and most powerful motivating factors for me in my own life is emotion. How I feel that day when I wake up and what I'm thinking about throughout the day and the feelings that are running through my mind, which tend to change quite a bit on a daily basis. I don't know if it's the same way for you, but that's definitely how it is for me. And those emotions can make a huge impact on what I end up doing that day and whether it's going to be productive or not. So if I'm feeling lazy one day and I want to be productive, there's almost nothing I can do to snap out of it. Because if I try to be productive on a day when I'm really feeling lazy and tired, I'll pretty much just end up half-assing it and getting half-assed results and kind of wishing I would have just taken a nap instead. But on the other hand, if I'm just going through my day and I hear a certain song and all of a sudden that can spring me up into action and basically make me feel excited and motivated and ready to do something that I really wasn't planning on doing, but it's hey, what the hell, I feel it, I have the energy, let's roll with this and let's do it right now. One of the first things that we can do is to be mindful of which emotions that are going through our mind at the moment, okay? And that can just be recognizing if you're feeling lazy today, or if you're actually feeling really motivated, or if you're feeling kind of depressed, or if you're feeling anxious, try to recognize what you're feeling at that moment. And then the next part is thinking what is causing me to feel like that? That's really the next part of it, is digging down deep inside and trying to figure out, why are you feeling depressed today? I mean, did you just get dumped by your girlfriend? Or, did you lose your job last week? What is making you really feel depressed? And I'm not saying just depression here. I'm talking about any other kind of emotion. That's just the one I'm giving as an example here. The next thing to recognize is, what kind of action is this emotion making you take? Going back to the depression example, chances are you're probably just curling up in bed and, just watching TV, not really going out, not really talking to any of your friends or your family. That's kind of a sign of depression. On the other hand, if you're feeling really excited, you might be all over the place and trying to plan out what you're going to do next. I know this happens to me. Once I hit that, burst of creativity, I'm going gung-ho and trying to do 100 things at once to try to really get me in the mood to do whatever it is I'm going to do, whether it's making a new one of these videos or writing a blog post or, getting a new listing for real estate, whatever it might be. Another thing that can really help is just being aware of it. Sometimes we just go through the days or the weeks or even the months and we're on autopilot. We don't think about what we're doing. We just kind of go through the motions. One day leads to the next, 1 week leads to the next thing you know, months are going by. So being aware of what emotions you're having on a daily basis and kind of the ultimate actions that those emotions are leading to and what you're doing because you're feeling that certain way is really going to help you figure out what you want to be feeling and how you can feel it, and then ultimately how you can use that to your advantage. Another important part of this to recognize is, are these emotions having a positive or negative impact on your life? Now, obviously, everybody wants things to be great, but we're all human beings and we all experience down times too. Even the richest and most successful people in the world experience negative emotions. They feel sad, they feel depressed. It happens to the best of us. There's really nothing we can do about it besides be aware of it and then figure out how to fight against it, or sometimes don't fight against it. Sometimes just embrace it and accept it for what it is, and maybe even enjoy that feeling of depression for a little bit, as crazy as that might sound. But that could actually maybe help you work your way out of that, because you're recognizing the fact that you're feeling down, and then ultimately that might even make you feel a little bit better, just knowing hey, I know this is temporary and I know why I'm feeling this, and now I also know what to do in order to get me to the next level to increase my happiness a little bit, and make me feel a little bit happier for tomorrow, or a little bit more excited to do something that will be productive and help me. Let me give you a specific example from my own life that actually made me think of this video idea and basically how all this worked out. So the other night I was going for a late night walk here on the boardwalk in Miami Beach, and I was like halfway through the walk. I made it all the way down to 41st Street from 67th Street, which is almost 3 miles. It's like 2.7 miles. And then when I got to that point, I was thinking, you know what? I feel like so invigorated right now. I feel so, grateful and thankful that I actually have this available to me, that I can do this every night. I want to share this with everyone else. So what I ended up doing was I decided to just start filming a video on the spot. I started making a few different video clips throughout my walk on the way back and documenting different parts of the walk and just things I was thinking and feeling and noticing at the moment while I was on the walk. So it was very spur of the moment. It was just like very impromptu. Let's do this right now. And the whole emotion that led me to doing that was the overwhelming feeling that just came over me at that moment of feeling grateful. I was so grateful that I had this and the ability to do this in my life that it led me to taking the action of just filming a video right now. Like, no planning, no lighting, I don't care what I look like, let's just shoot this right now because I'm thinking about it, I'm feeling motivated to do it, and so let's just do it. So as of me filming this right now, I have no idea how that video turned out yet because I haven't edited it, but I'm sure you'll see it soon. So how can you use all this to your advantage? Well, I have no idea what motivates you, but chances are there has to be something that motivates you to do certain things throughout your life. If you can think back to a time when all of a sudden you felt really excited about something and you made the decision kind of like right then and there that this is something I'm going to do and I'm going to do it no matter what. And think of only examples that have that kind of powerful feeling to it, and then also correlate with the fact that you actually took action and completed what you thought about. Because oftentimes we'll have those feelings like, oh yeah, I have to do this, and you feel really good and you're going to do it, but then you just don't end up doing it. So that's not a good example, because obviously as overwhelming as the feeling was, it wasn't enough to actually make you take action. So try to think back. There has to be at least a couple of examples in your own life when you felt so overwhelmed with joy or excitement or happiness or something like that that made you feel like doing something right then and there, and you actually did it and you felt proud of yourself afterwards. This is a huge energy resource that we can tap into as humans that not a lot of people use enough. Even me, when I sit here and try to make these videos, I tap into that. I think about what are my goals in life? I want to be financially free one day. I want to be able to be like a digital nomad, meaning like I can live wherever I want in the world and not have to be tied to a specific place because of my income or my job. So that's one of my personal goals. And that right there alone gives me like the excitement to make these videos for you and to really be present and give you the most valuable information that I can at that moment in time. By tapping into that, I'm able to give you all I got for these few minutes in my life and really share with you some helpful tips that will really help you start tapping into your own emotions and allow you to start making better decisions and getting more shit done. Remember to give this video a like, because it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and it will help get this video and this knowledge in front of more people in the world that really want to see it. And I'm guessing if you like this video, you'll probably enjoy these two videos right here, because those videos are all about going with your feelings, going with your gut, and really following through with the things you want to do in life. I'll see you guys soon.